Yo, yo.
Only two types of Americans: those who live in New York and those who wish they could. We're the lucky ones. Thank you, New York.
What's goody? I am Wavy. New York, Brooklyn all day, all that good stuff. But the way Eric Adams has run New York lately, the last couple of years, has been atrocious. This went from being a great city when I grew up there in the 90s and early 2000s to a piece of shit that I don't even want to visit too often. The crime is ridiculous. The migrant issue is ridiculous, and the fact that he's setting up programs now to fund $53 million for illegal immigrants when you have homeless people on the streets, you have veterans on the streets, you have housing issue, you have a whole bunch of projects in New York City that need to be renovated and everything, just knocked down and rebuilt from the ground up. You have all these issues, and none of these issues could have been figured out before. You know, pissy elevators that shut down every few weeks and shit like that. That's fine. The living conditions for people in the Bronx and Brooklyn in Queens, all that is fine. But now these migrants are being put up in 5-star hotels. They're being put in their kids are being funded for schools. You know what I'm saying? They're being given 5-star meals. They're being given money now in prepaid cars. Like, all on the back of the New Yorkers. And I feel sorry for them because everything is 10 times the price. In New York, everything is 10 times the price than anywhere else in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, they are really expensive. All right, but let me get moving before I start rambling. All right, so as you see right here, New York City mayor wears $700 scarf under bulletproof vest as migrants behind violent cop attack roam free. All right, so this is following the cops that were attacked in Times Square a few weeks ago. I actually did a story on that, so when you get a chance after this, go check that one out. But look at this. This dude got on a Fendi scarf right here. You know what I'm saying? Look at all these NYPD. Look at all these NYPD, yo. Like, bro, are you serious? 2 of them just got attacked. You along with Alvin Bragg, because you're the mayor, along with Alvin Bragg, the DA, released them. You know what I'm saying? Half of them halfway across the country by now. The other ones, y'all don't know where they are. I don't know, but I don't think that I think that the ones that were that went across the country to Arizona, I believe that they were caught. So they should be being extradited. All right. So along with being bused, Texas is sending asylum seekers to major cities by bus with little notice. These mayors want to pump the brakes. All right. So we've seen since the ending of last year to currently this year, the Texas and Florida have bused a lot of the illegal migrants to these quote unquote sanctuary cities, you know, where like Denver, Chicago, New York, LA, you name it, all around the country, we have various sanctuary cities. And what they're doing is now busting them out. And now that a lot of these towns and cities are being met with the force that and the bearing the weight that the illegal immigrants bring, now we're seeing a lot of them crying and complaining. We see Eric Adams begging every couple of days. You know what I'm saying? He's getting on asking. And Biden's migrant mess now costing New York City nearly $5 million a day. All right. And as of Texas, officials have bused thousands of migrants to major cities this year. So as of 2024, New York, 33,600. You know what I'm saying? Like, New York is going to crush. And it sucks for the people that live there. But your mayor doesn't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? He's shown it time and time again. He has a couple shady things that came up that still got to get squared away. But the way he's running New York City, I hope that y'all are learning from it. You know what I'm saying? Because I wanted to get to a number real quick. At the direction of Texas Republican Gov. Abbott, the Lone Star State has bused over 90,000 migrants to sanctuary cities run by Democrats, D.C., New York City, Chicago, Philly, Denver, L.A. since 2022. You know what I'm saying? And we're seeing a lot of them crushing. Like I said, $5 million a day. The ultimate 2-year tab is projected to exceed $4 billion. It already hit $500 million in mid-February. And this was last year. All right. This was 2023. And a lot of people are tired of it, including Stephen A. Smith. All right. Snoop Dogg came out against him. 50 Cent has said something. Or not, Snoop Dogg actually came out standing for him and said that, you know, he's taking a whole 180. We've seen 50, Ice Cube, and there's been a few others, you know what I'm saying, that have actually stood up. But I wanted to cover a couple things that Stephen A. had to say, so let's get to it.
Trump's going to get reelected. Donald Trump's going to be the next president. If this kind of stuff that I'm reading continues to happen in American cities, Donald Trump is a shoo-in for re-election, even if he's a convicted felon. Now, that's a damn shame. But somebody got to say it, so I'm going to say it. Did you read the story coming out of New York City? Did you read it? Involving Mayor Adams, Eric Adams, who I'm a fan of, by the way. I like him. But I don't like the story that I read.
The truth. You don't like the truth.
Over the weekend. And I think it's a story that can't be ignored.
And by the way, I like Stephen A. I like him from an entertainment standpoint. I don't like some of his political views. But I saw this and I said, hey, man, you know, you got a point right here. Let's hear what you got to say. Because not too many on your side are saying it.
And it's talking about how $53 million in prepaid credit cards are in the process of being distributed to migrant families. Now I understand what people are thinking about, what they're wondering about here. Because they're saying to themselves, what's the problem if you're on the left? There's a big problem.
I mean, at least we're starting to hear people say it, you know, people that have the platform, because a lot of people not going to hear it. A lot of people don't want to acknowledge it. We see Joe Biden every day. There's no criticism to him. If you ask anybody, he's a perfect president. If you ask some people, you know, but Stephen A., a fellow New Yorker, you don't want to see your city like that. And then I saw something, people were saying LeBron might go to the Knicks. I'm like, are you crazy? He's living in L.A. where he probably is not living in L.A. He's living somewhere and probably takes a chopper in and out or something like that. If he lived in New York City, I don't know if he'd be able to have that type of luxury. Maybe he would, maybe he wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? But if he wants to walk around and go to the everyday places, you think he want to walk around New York City? Y'all crazy as hell.
What it came down to for me is this. I see homeless folks in the streets of New York all the time that are American citizens.
Yep.
I damn sure see them in California. We've got poor, impoverished, starving people who were born and raised in this nation.
Not even, born and raised. U.S. citizens out here suffering. But yeah, we could take care of all these people. We could take care of the people. We could take care of the Ukrainians. We could take care of the Taiwanese. We could take care of the Israelis. We could take care of the Palestinians. We could take care of everybody. USA, we could take care of everybody but people at home, right? Fuck the vets. Fuck the kids. The homeless. Fuck the people in the projects. You know, fuck the the people that go hungry. We could fix all these problems right here. The people in Flint. That's what I'm saying. The kids. That's what brain bump. Fuck the kids in Flint, Michigan, where the water is still fucked up to this day. You know what I'm saying? But we could go send billions of dollars all around the world. You know, inflate everything here.
How in the hell do we come up with a $53 million pilot program for illegals, but folks who are here legally are born here, we don't have enough for them? Just like we could come up with billions for Ukraine, but somehow, some way, we can't fix the homeless problem. I'm down for helping Israel. I'm down for helping address the situations with the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, okay?
I mean, we could go in there with a conflict plan or something like that, but that has nothing to do with us. We should not be funding that shit. Real shit. That has nothing to do with us. And I still remain where I've always said. I believe this is something religious. This is something that has nothing to do with politics, really. This is something religious that goes back to the beginning of civilization that they are fighting. All right, there's always been conflict there. So let them sort it out. We can go in there as trying to help with a peace treaty or something like that, but this is not a war for us to get involved in. Same thing with Ukraine and Russia. We can go in there, try to help with a peace treaty. It's not something for us to get involved in. You know what I'm saying? Even if you want to say China and Taiwan, we could assist with that. The UN, the NATO, everybody, the whole world can assist with that. It's not up to Americans and the USA to fix these problems. We have our own problems here.
I'm down for helping the Ukrainians and fighting off Russia. What about poor and desolate citizens here? How the hell do you print money for foreign countries?
Yep.
But you don't print that money to help eradicate folks that are starving right here in the streets of America who were born and raised here.
This doesn't open your eyes to shit, how crooked this whole thing is.
This is what I'm talking about. And so when you have something like that, what's the one way to eradicate it? Yes, you got to have a flourishing economy. Yes, you can't have inflation.
Which we had.
Yes, you can't be on the verge of...
Which we had a flourishing economy with no inflation. All right, that's what I meant.
Yes, you can't be on the verge of a recession. Milk don't need to cost $7. Bread don't need to cost $5. Don't get me started with how much sugar costs. You can talk about employment all you want to. You can talk about the labor participation rate. But guess what? If you ain't making no damn money and you got to get 2 jobs to pay the same prices or to buy the same amount of stuff that you used to buy and the price is higher than it used to be because of inflation, then guess what? What are you really accomplishing?
Facts.
That's why Trump is on the verge of getting elected, reelected. Because when he was in office, there was a flourishing economy. There was a whole bunch of other problems.
I'll tell you one problem Stephen A. didn't have or appreciate it. I'll tell you one thing Stephen A. appreciated when Trump was in office, and that's them tax breaks. He's not gonna say it, but when he goes to that poll, I bet you he's gonna be thinking about some stuff. All right, let me not keep this one too much longer. Real quick. If you stuck around this long in the video, as always, I'd appreciate it if you hit the like, join the conversation with a comment, hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything, goes far away for the channel. And I just wanted to get to a quick timeline of Eric Adams, you know what I'm saying? Because this dude before was saying this is a sanctuary country with sanctuary cities, and migrants are welcome, and we welcome you with open arms, and we want you to come. That's part of the New York way, and that's the New York dream, and come here and make it out the mud. That's the New York way. And now listen to him.
We have been communicating with the White House. They have been partners with us, and we're hoping they that they're doing so, and we're optimistic that they are. My conversations with the White House, my conversation with the president, he understood the urgency of the moment. There was never a time that they stated that, Eric, we don't want to engage in this conversation because it's too political. This is a national problem, and it needs a national response. We cannot do this alone.
The funny thing is, when Texas was saying this, when Florida was saying it, even Louisiana was saying it, these places didn't take it seriously. You know what I'm saying? The whole 2020, you know what I'm saying? It was build the wall versus no wall. And a lot of y'all voted for Biden and got no wall. So now it's called cause and effect. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if in this country we forgot how to reasonably, logically, and critically think. You know what I'm saying? If you vote for a freaking open border, you got them saying, come here, get this. We're going to offer you free this, free that. Now, Eric Adams saying 53 million prepaid cards putting aside for y'all. You think more not going to come? Y'all are stupid as fuck, man.
We have been doing it alone thus far. The national government has turned its back on New York City. And it's the irresponsibility of the White House for not addressing this problem. The national government is not effectively handling this issue. We cannot continue to absorb tens of thousands of newcomers on our own.
So when Texas said that, it was fine and dandy. You know what I'm saying? That's why I really don't care about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not in New York City. Like, hey, man, y'all asked for it, y'all gonna get it.
the help of the state and federal government. We need the national government to stand up. This is not a New York City issue. This is a national issue.
Look at everyone behind him now. The same black people that were saying, no, allow the immigrants, allow the migrants, bring them in. We need them here. Now they're the same ones clapping behind him while he trying to be out there like Zelensky shaking his ass for some money from the federal government. Come on.
Getting no support on this national crisis. Don't yell at me, yell at D.C. Yell at D.C. D.C. has abandoned us, and they need to be paying their cost to this national problems.
He's a joke. He's a joke. All right, but in the midst of all of this, somehow this cocky dude, Eric Adams, this mayor of New York City, finds a way to, I guess, find a silver lining and credit himself on the great job he's done. Let's hear what he's got to say.
Stand up. They need to see you. Deputy Mayor Williams Isom, Deputy Mayor Mira Josie, Deputy Mayor Amazar, Deputy Mayor Maria Torres Springer. Have you ever seen this much chocolate leading the city of New York?
I just want to know if a white person said, have you ever seen this many snow bunnies running a city in, I don't know, Pasadena somewhere or whatever? Would it be a problem? You know what I'm saying? Just call it like how I call it.
And then go down the line. Look who's here. This is representative of the city. That's why people are hating on me.
Representative of the city. How is New York City doing? The way he talking like if New York City is a city in Florida. Like if New York City is a city in Texas. The states that are flourishing. You know what I'm saying? The way I see the map is there's 2 red and 2 blue, the 2 most populated. New York, Cali, Texas, Florida. Which ones are doing good and which ones aren't? Texas and Florida are flourishing. New York and LA are shitholes. That's the easiest way to look at it that I'd look at it. You know what I'm saying?
You trying to figure out?
All right, man, I'm tired of hearing this dude. He doesn't say anything. But yeah, I thought this was funny for a final clip. Trump 2024, baby, let's go.
Hey, bro. So this is kind of like an emergency situation, right? So we just had a meeting with the HOA, and it just got passed, just barely, requiring all homeowners to have a sign in their yard, because it's election year, you know, right? 2024, whatever. Anyways, so we bought a bunch of these. Yeah, so we're going to be handing them out to people. These signs have to be in your yard by tonight, no later than 5 p.m. So that's only like a few hours away. Anyways, the HOA bought signs for every single house in the neighborhood. It was very, very expensive. But, you got to do what you got to do. It's the HOA policy now that everyone has to have one of these signs. So I'll just give you this one. I'll stick it in your yard. And then if you have any questions or concerns or whatever, just let me know. I'm in the blue house. I'm 2 doors down on the left side. So, yeah.
Hey, yo, be easy and stay wavy.